All right, Williamsburg, and welcome to Super Sound Showcase. My name is Tim. We are sponsored by Culture Fix today, and we are here with Exploding Sun. How's it going, guys?
Well, awesome.
Great. Good to be here.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, you guys have been playing around Hampton Roads for a while now.
Yep.
Yeah?
Long time.
Long time. You guys span the gamut from classic rock to pop to folk, incorporating covers and as well as original songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys have been voted Best Rock Band in Hampton Roads for multiple years in a row.
Well, nominated. We didn't win. We were nominated for Best Rock Band.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in Veer Magazine for 2 years, 2013 and 2014 it was.
Yeah, but still commendable.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so first question, if you guys don't mind. Tell our listeners a little bit about how you guys got started.
Okay, well, I did. I started the band because I moved down here from New York, and I used to play in different places in New York City at CBGB's and places like that, the Cat Club. And I moved down here. My band came down with me for. They lived with me in my apartment for 6 months. And we tried to make a go of it. We were working on an album and trying to get things rolling. And we did a few shows, and then, long story short, they ended up moving back to New York, and I was kind of left on my own. Now, I started doing some solo stuff, and I ended up doing a record on my own. And then after I put that record out, that CD out, I started getting some people saying, hey, you should check into this musician or that guy. And I had some great musicians play on that album with me. But a friend of mine introduced me to Mike and said, Mike's a great bass player. Why don't you, get together with him? So that was in 1993 that Mike and I first got together. Mm-hmm. And we started playing, and then I guess in 1994 we did our first show. Was it 94?
Yeah,
at Kogan's?
First record.
Yeah. And then we did our first album at Windmark. That album was called Grown. Then since then we've done 6 records after that, and just started playing in the different clubs around Hampton Roads, and also going back up to the Northeast and Northern Virginia and playing different places. So we just kind of, I started with a solo album, then I branched out and pulled on Mike, and then we eventually Rich came aboard with us about 6 years ago, and that's been it. That's the story of where we started. Yeah.
So you guys have 7 albums to your name?
Yes, 7 studio albums.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah. So tell me, you guys got started in the 90s. How do you think the music scene has changed in Hampton Roads since then?
What do you think,
The
Mike?
pay scale hasn't changed a whole lot at clubs.
Oh, that's not true. I mean, I think it has a little bit. It's still the same. I mean, as far as being a working musician, it's it's still very competitive in this area, and it's a lot
great bands around.
A lot of great bands, and it's just a lot of work to keep it alive and to keep it going. But
yeah, for sure,
it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it really depends on the place too. Some places really want to hear heavy covers, and some places we can get away with playing all the original music that we want. So
yeah. So, and actually, speaking of which, what is more fun for you guys to play locally? I mean, again, the covers or original songs?
I mean, for me, I think it depends on where we're playing, and I want to play what the crowd wants to hear. And if they want to hear our originals, then that's great, and that's probably the most gratifying. Mm-hmm. But there are sometimes when you play a cover song that just fits the moment, the situation, and if it's a cover song that we love to play and we, truly, like the song, which most of what we play in terms of covers we really like, it's great. It's great to be able to do that, to play what the crowd wants to hear, and a song that you like too. But I think far and away, we do this because we're creative artists and we like to record and we like to write our own music, and it's the most gratifying to be able to play your own music and have it well received by the audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the albums that you guys have put out. What was the process involved? I'm sure they're all your favorites, but
yeah. Well, as I said, the first album that I did was a solo record, so that was a full-length CD. It was 11 songs, and then from that, that's when we started Exploding Sun. I pulled Mike in, and we had a drummer come aboard, and it became Exploding Sun. We were noticed by a few different producers, and we got picked up to do a record at Windmark Studios, and we were just we were given a good opportunity to go in and record, and we still paid for the the recording and spent time, a lot of time to complete it, but it was probably the most effort that we put into to recording an album. It was about 12 months or something,
Yeah,
13 months maybe
Wow.
to finish the record, and that was 13 songs too, right? So it was a lot of work. But after that, then we went to Rue Records up here in Newport News and did an album with them. That was a 7-song disc, and then from there we went and did our 3rd album that ended up on Big Noise Records out of Providence, Rhode Island.
Right.
And gosh, since then I started, I built a small kind of recording studio set up in my house, and I started doing the rest of the albums through my house, out of my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, looking forward to the next set. You've been listening to Supersound Showcase. My name is Tim, and we'll be right back with Exploding Sun. What are you guys going to be playing today?
This one's called A Different Frame of Mind.
All right. Take it away.
Twists and turns, good in the bad, ups and downs and all the things you never had. Gone through a change as you rearrange. Time keeps you going so well. I'll drive until I find what I came here for. Left out of everything, there must be something more. Looking for a new start, just can't seem to find. It's alright, all you need is a different frame of mind. Yeah, yeah, a different frame of mind. Yeah, yeah, a different frame of mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The world outside of you, inside too, measured by your faith, tested by faith. These are the moments you love to hate, and these are the days you can't waste. I'll drive until I find what I came here for. Left out of everything, there must be something more. Looking for a new start, I just can't seem to find. It's alright, all you need is a different frame of mind. Yeah, yeah, 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 I'm driving until I find what I came here for. Left out of everything, there must be something more. Looking for a new start, just can't seem to find it. It's alright.